Hi there, this is Mrs. Tellas. We're going to talk about slope today, rate of change from tables, slope from a graph, and then slope formula as well. We're also going to talk about slope-intercept form. So this is all in section 3.5. All right, so when we look for the slope of a line from a picture, we're counting the boxes, the rise over the run. So from point to point, and I have these happy faces here, you can tell that I went up 1, 2 boxes. And because I went up, it's positive. And then from this corner, I take a right and go 1, 2, 3 boxes over. So my slope is positive 2 over 3, up being positive. And on this one, I'm going from green dot to green dot. So I'm going down. Down is negative. So I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4. So down means negative. And to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the slope of this line is negative 4/5. So we'll do a couple more here of these and then we'll move on. So this slope right here from this point to this point, I'd like you to press stop and try both of these, or press pause, give these a try, and then I'll do them. So if I'm going from this point to this point, I'm going up 2, 1, 2. And then I'm going right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my slope is 2 over 5. And then here I'm going down and over. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, 2, 3. So negative 4/3 is the answer. I hope you got that one right. A couple more here. We'll go down 1 and right 3 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. Notice that I always start with the most left point to go up or down first. I never go sideways first because it's the rise over the run. The rise means go up. All right, so I have a lot of these, but we're going to skip some of them here. All right, slope of all horizontal lines is 0, and slope of all vertical lines is undefined. All right, so now we're going to switch to slope formula. Here's slope formula up here in the corner, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what I'm doing is I'm subtracting the y's in the numerator, and I'm subtracting the x's in the denominator. So I'm taking one point and minusing the other point. So I do the y's together. So it's the back two that I'm subtracting. So negative 2 minus 0, and then the x's, 3 minus negative 1. And this minus sign comes from the formula. I didn't just pull that out of nowhere. I'm subtracting. See, the formula's got minuses in it. So then I can put those in my calculator, and that's negative 2 over 4, which is negative 1/2. All right, so here, 1, 3, and negative 4, 1. So I'm going to write them next to each other rather than the way they are. It's easy for me to connect them. So on the top, I'm going to do 1 minus 3, and on the bottom, negative 4 minus 1. So that's negative 2 over negative 5, and 2 negatives make a positive. So the answer is 2 over 5. All right, you press pause and try 3 and 3a and see what you come up with. All right, so we're going to do 1 minus negative 8 and 5 minus 6. So this is 9 over negative 1, or just negative 9. And then here, 6 minus negative 3 is 9, and 7 minus negative 8 is 15. And that will simplify by 3, so let's simplify it. So 3/5 is my slope. I have more, and I think we're going to move to the tables. So rate of change is another way of asking for slope. If a question asks you to find the rate of change, it's asking you to find the slope. And we do that by looking at the table with the change in y over the change in x, like we did when we were talking about linear or not linear. In a table, the first column is always x and the second column is always y. So if I go down the y column and look for the change, that's plus 260, I think. Let me check. 260 plus 260. Yeah, that's 520. And then we're going to plus 260 again. Okay, so it says the table shows the distance and a band marches over time. Is the rate of change constant? Which means, is it the same changing on the y as it is on the x? And we'll check that in a sec. And the rate of change, or slope, in respect to distance to time. So 260 is feet. So this is 260 feet per, okay? And then over here is minutes. And it looks like it's going up by 1 minute. So this band is moving 260 feet every 1 minute. Okay, that's how we know that this band is moving. We can even figure it out how far it's going to go regardless of the time, because it's a constant. It's moving at a constant rate. All right, so these are the same. I just changed the direction of the table. So I'm still just going to do change in y over change in x. So I have to do the y's first, so that's down here. So you can see the y's is plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So my top number, or my numerator, is 1. And then up here, it looks like I'm adding 4. So my slope is 1/4. Okay, press pause and you do 8 and 9 and see if you can come up with the slopes for 8 and 9, please. Remember, you put the y on the top and the x on the bottom. All right, so here it looks like I'm plus 2, plus 2. And here it looks like I'm plus 3, plus 3. So 2/3. I hope you got that right. And then here it's plus 2, plus 2. And minus 4, minus 4. So the slope there is negative 1/2. And you can, I put these number lines here for you to use, so you could bounce if you wanted from 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. You could do 4 bounces to see, oh, that's why that's minus 4, minus 4. Since I'm going to the left, it makes it minus. All right, so the next formula we're going to talk about is slope-intercept formula, and we're going to be using this a ton to graph, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Press pause and write that down. That's going to be important to us. All right, so we could write the equation based on what they give us here. The slope is m, and the intercept is b. So this would be y equals 1/4 x minus 6. You press pause and try these two. So if our slope formula looks like this, you're putting in the m and the b. So take those letters out and put the numbers in. So y equals negative 2x plus 3, and y equals negative 1/3 x minus 9. All right, so we can also do this using a picture. So I can tell that the y-intercept, this is the y-axis, and I can tell that the y-intercept is right here, and that number is 1. So b is 1, and then I can use rise over run to figure out the slope. So 1, 2, 3 over 1. So if I have both of these pieces of information, my equation would be y equals 3x plus 1. Same thing here. Okay, my y, or my y-intercept, or my b, is 1, 2. And my slope, if I start with the most left point, I'm going to go down and over. So my slope is down 1, right 2. So my equation, negative 1/2 x plus 2. All right, so now let's go backwards and try to graph this. So remember that the formula looks like this. This chord is in the way. So y equals mx plus b. That means that negative 3/4 is m and 3 is b. So slope would be negative 3/4 and b would be 3. So 3 is where it crosses the y-axis, so right here. And then from this point, this is my action that I move from the red point. So since it's negative, I'm going to go down 3 and count right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is my picture. Okay, let's try this one. Press pause and try it yourself. Okay, so my slope would be negative 2 over 1, and my b would be 4. From the center, I go up 4 and put a dot. And then because this is a negative, I go down 2 and write 1. Down 2, write 1. Down 2, write 1. I hope you got that right. All right, and then this one is not solved for y. See how y is not alone in the front? So we need to solve for y first. So we're going to divide them all by 2. So negative 2x minus 6. So m is negative 2 and b is negative 6. And you can see that. This is m and this is b. So now I can graph it. So negative 6 is right here. This is down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. This is my answer right here. So the answer is the picture. All right, let's try this one. You press pause and try number 8. So you've got your m and your b. Let's put it on the graph and see where it ends up. All right, so my m is 4 over 5 and my b is negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and this is a positive 4, so I'm going up 4 and right 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my first point after the initial. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my second point. And there's my line. Okay, all done. That was quick. I hope you understand. If you don't, I should be getting an email from you. Okay, you're going to do a big ideas assignment now. Go to 3.5 in the big ideas book.